How good does that look? Before I get into the pizza and before I get into this video, I just want to apologise for the lack of content that I've had in the last few days. When I say that, I mean I have been putting videos up, but they haven't been as regular as normal. It's just because at the moment I'm extremely busy. I'm changing jobs, or I'm in the process of changing jobs. And just balancing that with life, you know, relationships and that sort of thing, it can just be a bit challenging. And I feel like the last few weeks, I'll be honest, my love of like content creation or like creating videos, that's sort of been pushed to the side a little bit. So I haven't actually been making as many videos because I haven't really wanted to. I've always done YouTube for the love of making videos. That's always been a passion of mine, editing, coming up with sort of creative content, and then sharing that. But I've just found the last few weeks I've been quite stressed with the things I've mentioned, and I just haven't been able to do that. That being said, I am going to continue making YouTube videos. It's just probably not as frequent, so I'm probably going to be making a video maybe once a week, maybe twice a week, but who knows, they're just going to be a bit more infrequent. But it would be interesting to know what you guys actually want to see on the channel, because ultimately I make the channel to share to you. So do you want to see more fitness stuff? Do you want to see my progress in the gym? Do you want to see me doing more eating challenges like I've done before? Do you want me to see me doing gym challenges? Not that I'll be able to do too much of that while I'm prepping for competitions and stuff. Or do you just want me to talk about topics to do with powerlifting? So leave a few ideas down below if there is anything that you want me to talk about. It could just be about me, it could be about powerlifting or fitness, or it could just be about life, literally anything. Drop a comment down below. If you want me to talk about it, I will. Anyway, cracking on with today's video. I'm going to be going into the gym and doing a double session today, so there's going to be a hell of a lot of volume, just because tomorrow I'm not really kind of time to train. So this evening I am going to be doing pause squats, some Romanian deadlifts, some pause bench, some touch and go bench, and a hell of a lot of volume on my back. So obviously I need a lot of calories before I go into the gym. So I decided to go for a Domino's tonight as my pre-workout meal. This is half Mexican chicken and half barbecue chicken. So it's a lot of calories. I've also got some chicken here as well for the extra protein. Yeah, let's smash it. Alright, I think I've hit my limit there. I will have the rest of this after the gym. So today is going to be my light day in the gym. On Monday I forgot about that. So today is going to be a mixture of light and heavy. It's going to be light pause squats and it's going to be light Romanian deadlifts. Then it's going to be quite heavy bench. We're going to go for 127 for a 2 count pause for 5 sets of 2. Bench is moving very well at the moment. On Monday I worked up to a single of 135 kilos. That moved probably the quickest 135 kilos has ever moved. It's nice that I'm getting singles back into my program as well, because I feel when I was using singles before, that is when my bench moved and progressed the most. I also worked up to 215 kilos on the squat. That also moved pretty well as well. It's confidence booster knowing that the form pretty much held up as well. So going in, pretty much working on technique today, so I will see you there.
Raise anchor. 4, 5.
Oh! You two, 7, 8, 9, 10.
My quick lifting is officially made its way to Horfield. Make sure to go and follow Nick down in the description box below. And of course, go and follow Steve on his various social medias as well.
Alright, it's fairly fitting that I ordered a pizza for this next part of the video. The topic is going to be, am I addicted to fast food? I'm going to do a little bit of psychology on myself, I suppose, or try to. I'm not by any means a psychologist, but I'm just going to dive in and sort of try and work out the reasons why I enjoy eating really crap food on a fairly frequent basis. It may sound fairly obvious because obviously people like eating fairly crap food because they taste good, but why do I not have the discipline to be able to stop doing that? So the first point I'm going to make is that I feel I've got a very addictive personality. For anyone that doesn't really know my story, when I was 18 I started working in a betting shop when I was back in London. From there I actually developed a gambling addiction. This is something that I I was battling with for maybe 4 or 5 years while I was at university. Probably the worst period in my life. It's a very lonely addiction. It's not something you can really share with your friends. It caused me to get into a lot of debt, ruined a lot of relationships that I had at the time. And it was just a really dark period in my life. So I've always had that sort of addictive personality. I get addicted to things fairly easily. I used to smoke. Only after having a few cigarettes I was pretty much hooked on that. I've subsequently given up smoking a few years ago, but it just gives you an idea of the sort of type of personality I have. And like anyone that has an addiction, the reason that they are addicted to something is because it momentarily makes them feel good. That's pretty much the reason why people are addicted to anything, be that drugs, alcohol, gambling. You know, it's that sort of momentary sensation of feeling happy. And I think that's something that food definitely gives you. It's having that instant hit of feeling good. So that's like sugar, you know, quick releasing sugar into your system. It's that momentary high of having a lot of energy, just feeling good. That instantaneous taste of something salty and sweet. You know, it's those crappy foods. There's a reason why they taste so delicious, and there's a reason why people keep going back to them, because they get easily hooked onto that feeling of the enjoyment of eating. So that is something that I do struggle with. I do struggle with eating really healthy foods. I mean, don't get me wrong, I really enjoy and I love a salad, but I couldn't do something that maybe professional bodybuilders do, where they eat really, really clean all year round. So they'll have brown rice,
bland chicken, they don't have sauce. I just can't do that because mentally I'm not strong enough to be able to do that. And I have massive respect for people that can do that. But just my personality and the way I am as a person just doesn't allow for that. And it's fine, obviously, finding that balance, having really crappy food on occasion, but then having sort of a healthy meal as well. But I find at the moment I'm swaying more towards just having a healthy meal, an unhealthy meal rather, every single day. So it's getting to the point where obviously it's starting to financially affect me, because I'm spending hundreds of pounds almost a week just on fast food and going out and eating delicious food, just really because it makes me feel good. So I think that is the first point and probably the most important point. Secondly, I like the way fast food makes me feel in the gym. So having a lot of food psychologically makes me feel like I'm stronger, because I feel if I'm having loads and loads of crappy food, I've got loads and loads of quick instant energy. So if I've got a big deadlift session, I want to just eat whatever I want just because I want the energy, and I almost trick myself into thinking that and use that as an excuse to eat crap, when in reality if I had a very healthy diet and still had the required calories with healthy food, that would probably stand me in better stead. But for whatever reason, I'm wired in a way where I just use eating as an excuse. So if I was to ever give up lifting, I don't really know what to do. I'd probably just put on loads and loads of weight, because obviously when I'm in the gym for 2-3 hours, I'm burning a lot of that off. But the amount that I eat, I'm putting on weight very, very quickly. So if I wasn't training, I would be massive. So I think a third point, from another psychological point of view, is I have a personality, they call it the yellow personality, or the yellow person personality. It is probably complete bullshit, but I can resonate with it to some degree, and it's not being able to follow tasks through, which is interesting because in the gym I can give 110%. I will not really give up in the gym. I'll leave it all in the platform, and I will follow my program pretty much to a T, or I'll try and at least get the volume in that I need to for the week. But outside of the gym, I do find it hard to fully commit to things. So be that with education, and in this case, when I say education, I mean things like if I'm going to start a course, or if I'm going to start my degree. I think when it gets closer and it gets to that real grind, and you know the bit where you have to really dig deep, I just give up. That's kind of something I've noticed in myself, which is very disappointing, something I obviously am trying to work on, but it's just from a psychological point of view, that's something I have noticed that I do. And that's definitely true with dieting as well. I find the first part of dieting, so maybe the first month, fairly easy, and I will drop weight, but it's when it gets to that point where you're really going to have to dig deep, add a little bit of cardio into your routine, something like that, that's when I just give up and I find it hard. So that's another reason why I obviously stick to fast food and crappy foods, because when it comes to the dieting point of view, I just can't stick with a diet. I can't eat real healthy food because I just get bored of it, and I give up, and I'll just start bulking again. People that have worked with me in the past will know this. People that have tried to work with me to try and diet and trying to cut weight obviously get very frustrated with me, because I'll do quite well at the beginning, and then I'll just resort to a binge, and then go off the rails again. So that's just something I've noticed personality wise, and obviously in the Phoenix Fitness mentality, I want to rise, and I want to rise above it and continue to grow as a person, and it's something that I'm trying to combat every day. And I think the last point is probably just a little bit of laziness. I can't really be bothered at the beginning of the week to meal prep or to prepare 5 meals for the week or 10 meals for the week, whatever it needs to be. It just takes up too much of my time. I obviously work 9 to 5 throughout the week, so I get home, I'm pretty tired, and then normally I have to go to the gym. Gym sessions normally last anywhere between 2 to 3 hours. So when I get home, I just want to have a quick meal. Sometimes it will be like a takeaway meal, something like a McDonald's, just quick food to get the calories in. and then after that I really can't be bothered to be thinking about cooking, and then I've got other things I need to do. You know, I've got a relationship, I have a girlfriend that I want to see, so I want to be able to see her. I don't want to be thinking about preparing for the next few days with meals, but obviously it's something, it comes down to priorities and it comes down to organisation, that's for sure. That's something that I need to work on as a person as well. Maybe over the weekends I need to dedicate a couple of hours purely for just cooking, where before at the weekends that's my time to chill, so normally I'll just be watching Netflix or something like that. I just need to be doing a bit more meal prep. So, you know, these are things that I obviously realise and things I need to combat, because if I continue with this diet, you know, it's going to take years of my life. Literally, if I'm eating really crappy foods day in, day out, I'm not going to be here for very long. So, as you know, it's a joke, but it's somewhat true. So, it's saying that, yeah, I'm full of contradictions, but saying that, I do try to eat vegetables as well. I do have a crap diet with my fast foods that I eat with the McDonald's and stuff, but I do try to eat a lot of vegetables. So I enjoy eating vegetables a lot as well. So yeah, it's just something that I need to work on, just to save money as well, because it's an expensive habit as well. So if anything, this is probably me just offloading a little bit in this video, but either way, I hope you have enjoyed it. I'm pretty much going to wrap it up here, and I will see you in the next one anyway. But yeah, like I said earlier in the video, leave a comment down below what sort of videos you'd like to see. If it is just me lifting, me just chatting like I am now, just about anything really just to do with me personally, or you know, just an opinion or something, it's something that's come up in the news and it's my opinion on that, leave your comments down below, and it will be a future video. But as for this one, this is the end, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.